Ooh. Okay, so those are going to be included in the reading, but I apologize for the delay in getting these videos out to you. I was just very, very busy for all throughout. I needed to take care of quite a few problems, so I apologize for the delay, and even for the lack of weekly reading. So thank you for being so understanding. Okay, so yeah, this should be more than enough. Okay. In general, pretty good cards. Okay, so let's see. First of all, the first card that is coming up here is a little bit of an obstinate energy, okay? I do feel that in the past, too, this is something that happened, possibly indicates to me that three people are somewhat involved in possibly a romantic love situation, okay? This is something that happened in the past. A lot of you might be like very fascinated with another person that is not your partner, for those of you who are in a relationship. And because of the fascination with this person, you're currently looking at your partner as if your partner is not all that great, okay? So, it's that thinking that the grass is always greener, and it's also wanting something that you can't have, okay? You have like something that is actually very good. You're sitting on a gold mine. You have a very stable, romantic relationship partner, somebody who is going to be there for you through thick and thin, someone who is potentially just just very down for you. But you're not being appreciative. You're not aware. You are aware of this fact, but I do feel that this other person that is involved in the relationship is something that you feel like you want, that you can't have. So because of it, you're fascinated by them, but for all the wrong reasons. Um, please be careful about this situation, okay? Don't let a good partner slip you by, mainly because you want things that belong to somebody else, first of all, or you want something that you can't have, and because of it, you are like going out of your way to possibly, lie, cheat to get the things that you feel that you want, even though they're not good for you. So, because you are showing up in the reverse position here, especially for Aries women, be appreciative of the things that are in your midst, okay? If there are problems with your current relationship partners, for example, then, talk it out. Break up if you have to before you dabble in with another person, okay? And, attractions, fascinations with other people, it's completely normal. But it's really important for you to be able to curb your your expectations and also curb your appetite for new things and not abandon old things, even though they're still serving their purpose in your life. So I hope the situation makes sense. So Aries in general, what I would say is this: just be appreciative of everything that is in your life. Be appreciative of the value that people add to your life. Be very okay. The only person showing up in the reverse position in this spread is you. Okay, so that leads me to think that your perception is a little bit off this year, okay? When it comes to like gauging somebody's value, somebody's worth, gauging who has been around for you, who is there for you, who is going to be there for you in the future, you're just a little off kilter this month, okay? And understandably, you're a fire sign. We are in the time of Cancer, which is a water sign, so it is going to be a little bit problematic for you to, navigate these emotional aspects of things, okay? So I do feel that a lot of movement is happening from your end, okay? So we do have the travel cards, the Chariot, the Six of Swords. These are all indicative of traveling, moving about, traveling short, long distances, taking cruises, spending time, like even, going camping for over the weekend, going to a place with a very lush, luxurious, and even like a nice, soothing, surrounding environment. So it's like, camping by the river, for example. And there might be short-term, long-term travel plans that are, being formulated as we speak, mainly because there's a sense of boredom with the monotony, or there's a sense of boredom with your life at this point, okay? And I would say the only danger that I am seeing mainly is for people who are in established relationships, okay? You're feeling kind of bored, you're feeling kind of stuck, and you might even be tempted to step outside of the relationship, okay? So I hope this makes sense to some of you who are dealing with this. That's the only danger for this month. That's the only thing that I am seeing that is potentially like going to cause conflict between you and a loved ones, okay? And because also you are in the reverse position, I do feel that a lot of you who are tempted to do this might end up doing it. And your partner, whoever you're involved with, I do feel that your partner is not aware of the dissatisfaction that you're feeling. And you're not going to be able to talk to your partner about this. So you might, dabble in another relationship with another person. And it will cause like an inevitable rift and a clear breakup between you and the other person, okay? So a lot of you might be involved with like an earth sign, like a Capricorn, a Virgo, or a Taurus, okay? A lot of you might be involved with a Capricorn, Virgo, or a Taurus. If you are involved with a Capricorn or a Virgo, I would say your partner is going above and beyond, his or her role in this relationship. So they're really trying to appease you. They're trying to provide for you, and more than anything, they're trying to build a future with you. If you are involved with a Taurus, for any reason, if you are involved with a Taurus, I do feel that the Taurus is going to quickly walk out of your life very soon. So that relationship itself is not as stable. So if you're dissatisfied with a relationship with a Taurus, I do feel that it's it's not in the stars for you both to be together forever. So you can break it off if you choose to, because I do feel they are going to be leaving your life pretty soon as well, okay? So the point here is that if you're dissatisfied with your current relationship, A, work at it, talk to your partner about it, or walk out of it completely before you, see another person, okay? So don't create a threesome type of situation, because it is going to get messy. And a lot of you are thinking that maybe you can potentially get away with it, but you're not going to get away with it. And it is going to be like a very bad betrayal to your partner, and your partner is going to leave you high and dry. They're going to leave you behind, okay? And another thing that I'm sensing here is it is really time to re-examine your relationships with other people, and to re-examine the balance and the give and take in the relationship, okay? And this is going to extend across all aspects of your life. It can be romantic, it can be friendships as well, it can be family situations. I'm going to look at the work situation in a little bit later on. But in terms of interpersonal relationships, when it comes to love interests, if you are dissatisfied, just ask yourself why you are clinging on to that relationship in the first place, okay? So if you're bored, do something. Take a trip together to spice things up. If you are no longer in love, don't be afraid to let the other person go. I mean, in the process of letting them go, you will be able to find, somebody else that is more suitable for you, and you're also letting them go out and find the person who's more suitable for them. So in the spirit of, grabbing life by the horns, in the spirit of allowing new opportunities to come in for you. Let go of relationships if you're no longer satisfied. If you've done everything that you can to reignite the passion in the relationship, but you're still not feeling it with the other party, or if you're thinking to yourself 5, 10 years later, do I still see myself with my current partner, and you don't even see them remotely in the picture, you can let go. And I do feel that this month, the energy, it's all about release, okay? But because you're in the reverse position, I do feel a lot of you might not be clear. A lot of you are kind of like in a rut and you don't really know what you want to do, so you're just kind of like grabbing for the most convenient option. So you're not really taking the time to think this through. So you might walk away this month. And the reason is that you can be quite impulsive, okay? And you can you also have difficulty seeing outside of yourself, okay? And what I mean by that is so the good qualities of an Aries is that you're very honest most of the time. I do feel that relationships with Aries, what you see is what you get. It's a fire sign, and it's also the first sign of the zodiac. So you guys are very, very honest, okay? When it comes to like people knowing where they stand with you, that's always like a bonus, because what you see is what you get. You do wear your heart on your sleeves. In certain aspects, there are some Aries that are, that might have like a Capricorn rising, for example, that might have like an Aries with like a Capricorn rising, an Aries with like a Scorpio rising, tend to be very, very suppressed, okay? So if you're dealing with that situation where you feel passion, you feel like very moved and inspired, but you're putting on a poker face, so it makes other people unable to read you, and because of it, they don't pursue a relationship with you, okay? So specifically for those who are single, I do feel that, just be yourself is going to go a long way this month. And then additionally, for people who are dealing with like, who might be an Aries with like a very strong Capricorn or a very strong Scorpio emphasis in their chart, especially with the rising, I do sense that you're going to mask your feelings, okay? So that is going to be problematic. Just, I would say, it's almost like I feel that you've tried really hard to repress your feelings your whole life, so you might have difficulties accessing them this month. We're dealing with a very watery month, and it's not until the end of the month, when we're cycling through the phase of Leo, where you're going to start to realize, okay, I made this decision to walk away too soon, so now I'm regretting it, okay? So really sit down, process your feelings, think about what it is that you're looking for, think about long-term goals, and don't be so impulsive about making decisions, okay? At the same time, I do feel that a lot of you might have been in a relationship where you're kind of just accepting things at face value, and you're not asking the right questions. So I do feel that the relationship itself should be left behind if, for example, there is a third party involved in, the relationship. If there is a third party, or if you are the other woman, or if you are the mister or the mistress, if you're the mistress or the mister, like the third party, and you're involved in a very clandestine way with, whoever it is that you're romantically involved with, I do feel that you have to take the initiative to extract yourself from that situation, okay? Because more than anything, it is causing a lot of strife. It is bringing about bad karma. So please be careful about how that's going to play out for you. Once you are able to establish that clean break, the other person, if they want to be with you, they will themselves get out of their current relationship in order to be with you, okay? So it's sort of like releasing the outcome to the universe and having faith that the universe will deliver the outcome that you want, that you deserve. So I hope this makes sense for you, because I do feel an element of a love triangle here, where a lot of you might be the mister or the mistress. Okay, so let it go. If it comes back to you, then it's meant to be for you. I know that sounds very childish, but it is true. What it is just releasing the outcome to the universe and trusting that the universe will deliver the things that you deserve, okay? So, for example, I mentioned in the previous few weeks, there was a Mr. Right. There is somebody that is like you are so fascinated by who is incredibly attractive, who is very financially well endowed, and who's just knight in shining armor is what I'm sensing here. But I do feel if you are involved with this person and there's another element here, like another person involved in the picture, like where you're that third party, I do sense that you've been accepting of this. You like rationalize it and rationalize it, and you feel that, okay, I'm just going to stay because this person is just, once in a lifetime, too good to be true, so I have to hold on to it. But in the process of holding on too tight, you are reaping bad karma here. So let it go. If it's meant to be for you, he or she will find you, okay? This knight or damsel or whoever in this ideal person will find you if you're both meant to be. Otherwise, there's like bad karma associated with it, okay? So that concludes, in general, the relationship aspect, because I do feel that a lot of you might not be at a loss for how you want to proceed, okay? So for those of you who are dealing with like earth signs in general, I would say Capricorn, Virgo. The Taurus might be a little bit problematic, okay? And then for those of you who are dealing with like a water sign, especially a Cancer, the Cancer is very, very stable. So I do sense that in the past there might be like questions regarding fidelity, but in the future, this Cancer is going to be a great source of inspiration and help for you, okay? So the Chariot is a card of Cancer. It's also like on top of the Hierophant, which is that when it comes to this Cancer person, they are not looking for any type of an established relationship, okay? So they're not looking for like marriage. I do feel that it's kind of like here today, gone tomorrow, a very like shifty, I feel like they have a good heart. The Cancer has a very good heart, but they almost like a very shifty, rolling stone type of energy where they might be commitment shy. They might be like physically, they're all over the place. They might travel a lot for work. Um, they also like they love humanity as a whole they love everybody on a human level, and because of it, it's really difficult for them to settle down and have a relationship with one person and be satisfied. It's not that they don't care about you or they don't love you, it's just it's hard for them to focus on one person when humanity as a whole is suffering. So I hope that makes sense to you. They would rather devote themselves helping a cause than being tied to one person. So that's one energy that you're going to have to grapple with this month, okay? So as for things on the financial front, I do feel that financially things are really, really good for you guys, all Aries. I do sense that a lot of you might have like been offered a new job. For those of you who are offering a new job, it seems like you're not really like too excited about it. But once you start, you're starting to realize that the people that you work with, especially the people that you work under, are very amazing, are just like, first of all, it's a very fun, dynamic environment. And then secondly, the people that you're coming into contact with, for some reason, are very attractive, okay? So there's that sense of like fascination that I brought out in earlier. So you're working with very, very intelligent, skilled, and good-hearted people in general. And as a result, you're just like, you're trying so hard to impress them. And that's why I would say like the danger is, you might not feel adequate in their presence. So you try to project yourself in a way that's not truly you. So just keep that in mind. Be very careful, okay? They hired you for a reason, so they like your personality. They like whatever it is that you have to offer. So just shine your best, and if they don't accept you for whatever reason, I do feel that the fears are unfounded. So I hope that you can, apply this message in your work environment. Just be yourself, and you're going to be okay. So the work situation itself, so you're starting out, you're not completely thrilled, then you undertake like training, and then you immediately after that, there's a great deal of success associated with the job, where you have like a very high financial gain, and to the point where you are like you're learning these things very, very quickly. You're learning these skills, and because of it, you're able to help other people do their job. You're able to get like even like cash rewards as a result, even bonuses, which will allow you opportunities to travel. So for those of you who are taking on new opportunities, like new work opportunities, this outcome, okay? So the financial situation is amazing. The financial, I wouldn't even say it's like a windfall where it's like a one-time thing. It's just like it builds on itself. The financial situation is kind of like escalating. So you're building your own financial base because of this job, because of this employment opportunity. There's also that element of travel associated with it, okay? It's like having enough disposable income where you can travel. And for those of you who are traveling long term, I feel that it might happen for this month, or it can be in the initial planning stages where you are planning your next really big vacation, okay? So that's coming through for this month, and there are going to be some disputes with partners about where it is that you want to go, and keep in mind that relationships are about compromise. So even if it is related to travel, and it's something that you are very like emotionally invested in, and you want it to be a certain way, you really have to compromise with your partner when it comes to what country to travel to, where to travel to, if we should take a cruise, or if we should take like a backpacking trip. So consulting the other person, um, first of all, will allow the other person to have a voice. And more than anything, in any type of an interpersonal relationship, I know that, like being the first sign of the zodiac, you tend to be like a little bit controlling, a little bit self centered. And it's even more so because of the reverse position here. So I know that you are, when you feel passionate about something, you feel it very, very strongly. So when it's hard for you to be in a situation where you can compromise, okay? So if that's something that you're dealing with, just keep in mind that, so for example, you should ask your partner what they want to do. You should ask your friend, you should ask your associate what they want to do. Even if you don't want to do it, it allows them an opportunity to speak. And then most likely, if you can persuade them, they will come around to your end, to your side. So you don't even have to compromise to in the end. But allowing them that opportunity to speak shows that you are, a team player. It shows that you are respectful, and it shows that you care. So more than anything, that's something that you should work on, okay? If you're dealing with that issue. If not, then, overall, the month looks really, really amazing. It looks very, very amazing. So travel's opportunities are going to be showing themselves as well, okay? And a lot of financial gains are coming in. If you are thinking about like, I'm getting the death card in the upright position associated with this travel situation. So I do sense that for those of you who are either, the Mr. or the Mrs. in a threesome type of relationship, check yourself out. Check yourself out of it. It's not going to end well. I do feel that you, at this point, you are aware of the dangers, the hurts, the betrayal. You are aware of the ramifications, okay? You are aware of the karmic ramifications. So, if you are in a threesome relationship where you are the third party, check yourself out of it before you accumulate like bad karma. And, just try to do the right thing in general. I feel like it's not really, don't do things because you're afraid of like ramifications. You should do things because they're the right things to do, regardless of what comes around to meet you, at the end of it. So try to do the right things and don't step out of your relationship. And also be very careful when you're interacting with like a love partner, because I do sense there's a little bit of a boredom, a little bit of an obstinacy about you for this month. So you might not you might not really you might not be able to put yourself in your partner's shoes to understand where they're coming from, and you might take your partner for granted, and also you just might you just might like pick fights mainly because you're not completely happy in the relationship. Okay, so figure out where the source of restlessness is coming from. If the relationship itself can be rejuvenated with like a quick trip for just the two of you, then by all means do it. Okay, try your best to salvage the relationship, because I do feel that a lot of you are in very, very good, healthy relationships where the other person is trying their best to accommodate you. Okay, but they can only accommodate for so long before they walk away, and I do feel that because we are ending with the death card, the other person might walk away, and it's not going to be apparent now, more accommodating to allow the relationship more room to grow, and to allow the other person to stay. Okay, so I hope this makes sense. So Aries, it is going to be a very amazing, amazing month in general. Okay, so just a little bit of compromise would be in the works here, and I would say take a trip, travel if you want, go by the water, go on a cruise, go near a river, go camping overnight, and try to reconnect with your partner on if there is a disconnect. And if you are in a threesome relationship, please check yourself out of it, because it's not going to end well. I feel that it is not going to end well for you. Okay?